weeks ago, I was on some auction sites and I came across a movie called Satallite Girl and Milk Cow. I didn't really think much of it at the time, and I kind of forgot about it. And then about a month or so later, I was at a local bookstore called Bright Light, and they stock an insane amount of new and used anime. It's a really good store if you're in the Orlando area. Definitely check it out. They had Satallite Girl and Milk Cow, and I decided, why not? I'm going to give this a try. Now, what made me curious about it wasn't that it was anime, but the fact that it was Korean. Now, Korea has a long and odd history of animation. A lot of American cartoons going back to the 80s were outsourced to South Korea for random bits and cutscenes, and it isn't really widely published or known about. South Korea was also known for making a lot of really weird bootleg copies of Japanese anime that weren't very good. More recently, it's the country that brought us Baby Shark, and I don't know if that's anything to be proud of. So talking about Japanese anime knockoffs, I actually bought an example of this at Walmart for $1 a couple years back. It's called Raiders of Galaxy. The reason they made such films like this is up until around 1998, it was actually legal to import stuff from Japan into South Korea due to leftover hostilities from World War II. So they weren't really allowed to watch Japanese shows, so they made their own. And often what they did was they would take Japanese anime and make copies of it, and they were usually pretty suspect. Raiders of Galaxy is honestly one of the worst animations I've ever seen. This show is pure shit. It's basically on Charged Man Ken level, which I also happen to own. Another example is Space Gundam V, and that basically is like Gundam and Robotech, aka Macross. It obviously is using Valkyrie Veritech fighters. It's interesting. As for Milk Cow, it was surprisingly good. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely weird. I didn't expect some of the things there. There was talking roll of toilet paper, and a boy turned into a milk cow, even though cows are female, and I'm not quite sure if anyone really thought about that. And the main character is a girl who was a satellite in the sky and decided to become a girl. I don't really know how that happened. I think the toilet paper was a magician or something. That part's a little murky, how they didn't really work that out a lot. The satellite girl was clearly influenced by Astro Boy, as she had the same rocket feet. She even had shooting arms like Astro Boy. Maybe that goes back to the South Korea's plagiarism roots. Not quite sure where that came from. However, the animation is pretty smooth and the dubbing is top quality. The story is a little confusing and muddled at times. It does flow in its own odd way, and it is pretty charming. It's pretty fun for all ages. I don't think there's anything ultra-violent or dirty that really showed up. It doesn't really talk down to kids, and it's not too adult. But I could also see parents and kids both enjoying it together. Do I think this is an amazing movie? Not really. However, it is hands down the best piece of animation I have seen come out of South Korea. Maybe it's time we take another look at their animation industry.